NBA show, we have a Burying the Lead from yours truly. Jake's going to induct our first player into the Season 4 Burying the Lead Hall of Fame.
That's right.
If you're unfamiliar with this, Burying the Lead, we take athletes that you know, you love, you hear about all the time, but maybe there's a story from their past that was buried over time, something that they should be known for but aren't necessarily known for. Examples of this is Katie Ledecky swimming across the swimming pool with chocolate milk left on her head. J.R. Smith getting in a feud with the president of the United States for wearing a shirt of his naked body, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
We had Bruce Arians chugging paint not once but twice, and a thrice is probably coming soon without Tom Brady. What else do we got, Jake, that I'm missing out on?
Rudy Gobert started a global pandemic. Manu Ginobili killed a bat. The one that started it all. Mike Tomlin tripped a guy on his way to a touchdown.
Yeah.
We had the tennis player who hung out with David Bowie. John McEnroe,
right?
John McEnroe hung out with David Bowie. And Joe Montana stopped a burglary.
Kidnapping.
A kidnapping.
Burglary.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, Jake, we have 3 NBA players for you today, but first one, what do you think of when you hear the name Kevin Durant?
Ooh, traitor. I need to get over that. But Seattle Supersonics pick, never forget. OKC legend, 1-1 with the Warriors. Now with the Brooklyn Nets, maybe maybe the greatest scorer in NBA history, soon to be Hall of Famer.
Other things that maybe, like, those are for sure the top ones, especially all of his on-court stuff. Off the court, people talk about his Twitter burner accounts, getting in like sort of immature, feuds and stuff like that. Quiet guy, but loud off the court, at least with his Twitter accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Jake, there's another thing that people somehow forgotten about from 2013. So we're going way back here in terms of his career. Still with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Kevin Durant also has quite a few tattoos, really good tattoos, I would say. Well done. And damn it, you should post them on Instagram. That's exactly what he did. So you got a full back tattoo, Jake. Let me show it to you here so you can see it.
What?
Oh, I forgot. Let me mute this really quick, everyone listening. Okay, we're good now. So we have Kevin Durant's tattoo here. Everyone on youtube.com/FlurrySports can see it. We got Jesus on the cross. We got a 3-5. We got a big Bible verse here. Let's remember he is 24 years old at this time, Jake. And in his Instagram post, it says James verse 1-4. Look it up. So people did look it up, Jake. And they looked at it and it's like, okay. Good verse, I guess. And then they looked at his tattoo a little bit more and they found out, there's a misspelling on your back, Kevin.
No.
And the word misspelled was the word mature, in all irony. MAUTRE. Whoopsies. So immature, he doesn't even know how to spell mature on his back in tattoo. He got a little bit butthurt about it, as he does on social media. He went and got it worked on, posted another picture later, quite red. It looked like a fresh picture. Probably shouldn't have posted it, but he did fix the word. But Kevin Durant, once upon a time, immature Kevin Durant misspells it on his body. What do you think about that?
I really, that's a bad word to have misspelled. 2, no one proofread it. Not one person was like, let me give this whole thing a double take. And 2 or 3, whatever point this is, I forgot the difference in persona that Durant has protected himself by being surrounded by Irving and Harden. I've forgotten about how wild he was off the court. I'm still not over him getting mad at how people treated him with the Golden State stuff.
Oh, there's so many people that are so far past that. I think once he got injured, people felt bad for him. But
Yeah.
yet, not us. We do not forget. We remember
Who,
what you did, Kevin.
who joined the super team? Not me. Who? This guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe LeBron went to LA? Oh, geez. With Westbrook? Wow, I didn't even team up with Westbrook. I was forced to.
That's right. That's right. Gosh dang it. All right. Kevin Durant, not mature tattoo.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Name still in the NBA, not necessarily an A-list name, but what do you think of when you hear of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jake?
Oh, he was on my 2K team one time.
Okay, okay.
That might be it. I don't got a lot on KCP.
That's totally fair. Went to Georgia, was drafted by the Pistons, which
Yeah.
is where a story takes place. But then he spent another 4 or 5 years with the Lakers, I believe.
Yeah.
Was a part of the Westbrook trade to Washington, so that's where he is playing now. But as with all great stories, let's take a trip to Detroit, Jake. KCP, young KCP, got arrested. He liked to have a little bit too much fun, got arrested for a DUI. That's not necessarily uncommon. So he's placed in this probation program. And, then he started failing drug tests and alcohol tests. And at that point, he actually went to jail. He got a 25-day jail sentence.
Okay.
However, it's probably the best jail sentence of all time. 25 days in the middle of the season. He got a work release program, which let him leave jail when he was playing in games or had to go to practice. And yeah, I don't know how much you know about the NBA, Jack, but they have a lot of games and even more practices. So I don't think he was in jail too much. But as with all work release programs with jail, they have to track where you're going and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And they give you typically the super fashionable ankle bracelet. So let me show you this here for the people at youtube.com/FlurrySports. He's dribbling around with one of these babies on the court. And I don't know why we're forgetting about this. Like he was literally playing games with an ankle bracelet on.
Why did
Maybe
no
not
one talk
necessarily the
about
best.
that?
It's not the best look for the NBA. They buried it pretty quickly though, but I think it's hilarious. Don't you?
It is. I'm just imagining him coming back to jail after like a long day on the road. Like for
Yeah,
him, it just had to be like a college dorm room, right? He's just dropping his
100%.
stuff off, be like, "Oh, hey, roomie, it's gonna crash quick." He's just sleeping there, right? That's got to be all he's doing there. NBA teams now they've got full day, like, especially. I wonder if they include like his nutrition stuff into like practice schedule, physical training.
Mhm. I would assume so.
He's
And I
never
mean,
there, dude. He maybe
no,
slept there every once in a while. Plus, it's only 25 days to begin with. Not saying any jail time would be fun, but like, listen, that would have made
yeah,
Shawshank a whole different movie.
you're not wrong. It would have been completely different. Denzel would have went with him on the team plane. It would have been crazy.
That's right.
But yeah, so KCP playing NBA games with an ankle bracelet.
Denzel,
Something
not in Shawshank.
uh Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
Same actor. What's the
yeah.
difference?
But
Also
I am imagining Andy Dufresne, the only man to tunnel his way out of the palace. Just have to escape from Detroit.
That's right. That's right. I'm also imagining Morgan Freeman now coaching and Remember the Titans, which also would have made that a different movie. But I digress. Jake, we have one left. And this is an interesting one. This is the story I thought of that sparked this bearing the lead. So now you have a decision to make with it as well, because it is a repeat athlete that we
Ooh.
already have in our Hall of Fame. So, Jake, tell me what comes to your mind and tell me about the previous entry for J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, he's back again. Okay, do you just want me to talk about what we picked him for, or the other things that he was up for when we talked about him? I don't want to step on your
Um,
toes.
I hope this isn't one of those things. Like I don't remember us talking about it, but tell me everything because if it's one of those things, then we don't need to put him in for it.
Dude, that's fine. Okay, so J.R. Smith, one, loves Hennessy. Two,
Mm.
dated Rihanna for a bit. Three, um, see point A about Hennessy, but totally lost track of that time against the Warriors where he just dribbled out the clock in the corner. Four, untied everyone's shoes like for a while. Like did that for a big stretch of time until he got fined for it. And then of course we put him in for having never wearing a shirt to the point where President Obama called him out on it, and then he made a T-shirt of just his torso that he wore
Yeah.
all the time. And he got smashed at that parade when they won. He was having a grand old time. That is what I remember about J.R. Smith, and he was a fine player
Right. Yeah. He shooter, whatever. He's
and
also a
golfer.
college golfer now, which is interesting. But Jake, there's another thing, and I don't know how the story popped into my mind, but we're going back to Cleveland where he did have that mishap with the clock. He was suspended for a game by his team back then, Jake. One game for a little mishap. What did he do, you ask? Well, J.R. Smith threw a bowl of soup at his coach.
He did throw a bowl of soup at his coach. That was a big
Uh,
deal.
It was a big deal. And there's lots of questions to ask about that. And I have answers, Jake. So, the big answer I don't have, and nobody really has it, is what was the argument about that made him throw it? We don't know that. We also do not care about that. But he threw a bowl of soup at assistant coach Damon Jones, who spoke out about the incident, Jake. So, first, Smith did eventually apologize, but the two didn't talk for 3 months afterwards. This is in the middle of the season, coach not talking to his player for 3 months, so that's a good relationship. Next, he threw the whole bowl. So it wasn't just soup, he threw the bowl as well.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, first bowl of soup out of the pot. So it was, quote, hot as hell. Dripped all over his body and his arms. First bowl of soup. And then obviously the question on everybody's mind, Jake, what type of soup was it? Of course. I ask you, Jake, if you had to throw a bowl of soup, what type of soup would you throw?
Clam chowder, clam chowder, clam chowder. I wanted to be chowder so bad.
That's a good one. And honestly, this one might not be much worse. It could be better depending on the spice level of the soup, but it was chicken tortilla.
Ooh,
Yeah, get that in the eyes. That's going to hurt.
that
That's
is
going to hurt.
good.
It'll do some damage.
Also, first one out of the pot is a
Mm.
hilarious thing to have like dictated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, was it? Yeah. Wasn't the third? Wasn't the fourth? It didn't have time to cool right away. Man,
first one,
good for
baby,
JR.
which means he cut to the front of the line to get that bad boy. Whoops, step aside.
Bad.
JR's really excited for the soup. Oh God.
He's going wrong. But yes, so J.R. Smith, soup thrower. What a guy. What a guy. So Jake, to recap, Kevin Durant misspelled mature on his back in a tattoo. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope wore an ankle bracelet while playing in the NBA. And then 3, J.R. Smith threw a bowl of soup. Which one do you think goes in?
I think it's got to be J.R. Smith just because the fact that it was such a good burying the lead that it missed it on the first cut.
That's true. So
I think
my
it's
question,
got to be him. Though the KD
my question
one
to
is
you, we're keeping seasons separate, right? So he was in on season 3 and he's in on season 4?
He's in on season 4. I think that means if we had other ones from other seasons that we want to try again, we can. But he's season 4, baby.
I like it. Congratulations, J.R. Smith, making history. First 2-timer in the Burying the Lead Hall of Fame. Congratulations to you, sir.
If anyone was going to do it, it was going to be J.R. Smith.
Yeah, I was seriously just sitting on my couch. I'm like, I think J.R. Smith threw a bowl of soup. Like, I don't know why that popped into my mind.
We also had him. We talked about him ditching his team in China.
That's right. That's right. What a guy.
He
What a guy
pretended to
that
be
James
sick, and the only cure was going back to play with the Cavs.
That's LeBron's boy. LeBron wanted him with the Lakers too, down in the bubble, I think, but he couldn't pass the test to get in. Surprisingly.
What a shot.